So today's session will discuss about Azure. So what is Microsoft Azure is one of the leading cloud platform or cloud computing platform. Okay. So the who is the provider is Microsoft is a provider and started in 2010. Okay. So what is the main purpose of the cloud? Already we know, like we need to provision the like infrastructures, applications, network, storage, SaaS-based services all like Azure is offering global infrastructure. From the global infrastructure, we are going to get most of the cloud-based services, and we have a wide range of services. Okay, so when Azure has been started is like Azure has been announced in 2008 and started from 2010. Okay, say AWS has been started at AWS has been started at 2004, launched from 2006. Okay, say how AWS have been evaluated is AWS has been for internal developers for those purpose they have started. That means to provision the infrastructure to internal developers for that it's an internal project. Amazon has been started AWS, but they got an idea why we can't make it public. So that is the purpose they made it public in 2006. In the same way, Azure also has been released into the market into 2010. But initially, yeah, I'm audible now. Hello?
You are already audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So in 2010, Azure has been started, but it's with Windows like Azure like it's started, not with the Linux all those. Okay, it's a Windows Azure like that it started, but later it has been moved to Microsoft Azure because only giving the Windows services they don't get the market share, good market share. Okay, so that is the reason they have provided other services like Linux, all these also they have added. Okay, so now coming to the market share, Microsoft having around 23 to 25. But who is the leader as of now also? AWS is leader. Okay, so 33% and GCP having 10 to 11% of the market. Okay, Azure also have a good client base. So that even 5% of the market also in the public cloud is huge. And day by day, that market has been increasing. Okay, so that is the reason everyone want to acquire the market. Here among the three players, AWS, GCP, Azure. AWS is the leader. Second one is Microsoft Azure. Third one is GCP. Like this, we have the market. Okay, so every year, all these are growing, like acquiring new market. Every year they're acquiring, and Microsoft have some advantages like Active Directory, O365. Okay, so even previously they have DevOps or server or DevOps kind of tools, Power BI kind of integrations. All these also they have some unique solutions compared to AWS wise. In some services, AWS is very strong. In some services, Azure also is very strong. And even coming to the AVD kind of services also, Azure is powerful compared to AWS. In some services, AWS is strong. In some services, Azure is strong. And one of the advantage of Azure is it's very simple to use also. Always Microsoft ease of accessing or ease of administration is very easy. So that is also one of the advantage of Azure. And they have initially focused more on the PaaS-based
So
services.
AWS is easy or Azure is easy?
So two different cloud service providers.
Yes. So but which one is easy?
No, no, that is almost same. Say suppose you will drive
Okay.
two
Okay.
cars.
Okay. Okay.
Say you learn one car, but you can adopt another car also or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the
You are
same
right.
way, if you learn AWS, Azure, GCP, anything is manageable. Only some UI changes may be there.
Got it. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
service terminology maybe changes, but that's absolutely it's manageable.
Got it.
Okay,
Thank
always
you.
better to have multi-cloud kind of skills also is added advantage.
Got it. All
Okay,
right.
so
Thank you.
then here we have Azure. Azure is offering hybrid cloud also. Compared to AWS, it's providing good hybrid cloud. Okay, so that is also one of this. And Azure ARC also they have providing. So that means all the public cloud service providers now focusing more on hybrid kind of cloud in order to attract enterprise organizations. Enterprise organizations completely they don't move to public cloud. Okay, so what they want to keep is they want to keep sensitive data or important data on premises, and like which of the servers can be expanded or exposed also to the internet, no issues. Those all they're keeping in the public cloud. So with this they will get both the advantages of private cloud and public cloud. Both the advantages they are getting at the hybrid cloud. And the overall cost also is reducing and they can scale up also. Okay. Then here, how many regions, what is region we'll discuss. How many regions Azure is having? 60 plus regions. Okay. So AWS is having around 35 plus regions, but Azure is having 60 plus regions. Okay, but data center size wise, AWS itself is bigger. The number of regions like Azure is have. Okay, Azure having how many regions? 60 plus regions they have. AWS having 35 plus regions. Okay, every year they're expanding around 5 plus regions, they're expanding. And the security compliances wise also, like mostly for the financial, healthcare, government, or we have European laws, we have some standards, all that PCI kind of payment systems kind of standards, all these global compliances also. So most of these cloud service providers are following that standards they're following for us. Okay, and Microsoft has made a lot of acquisitions. Like GitHub is one of that. For the healthcare also they have acquired. GitHub is also very good acquisition from the DevOps wise. Okay, and for AI and data analytics, and not only for that, even for the like LinkedIn also they have Nuance also is like they have acquired a lot of acquisitions in order to come into like IaaS, PaaS or SaaS-based services. Okay, so with the hybrid cloud kind of capabilities, or we have a Power BI or data kind of integrations, DevOps kind of services, AVD kind of services, Azure AD. So with these unique services, like Azure is giving very tough competition to the AWS. Okay, and they have their own PaaS services also. We have. Okay, so now assume we are the Azure administrators. Okay, we are the Azure administrators. Azure having more than 200 plus services. Initially, Azure has been started with the less services itself, but today they have more than 200 plus services in the Azure portal. That means in the Azure is not a single service. So more than 200 plus services we have. Okay, so those we want to administrate. In order to administrate those Azure services, first way of doing this is we can use Azure portal is the one method. So we can use Azure portal. So what is this meaning of Azure portal is we have a web-based kind of administrative portal. Everyone can log in from the Azure portal and we can provision all these resources. What is the main advantages? It's a GUI base. It's a GUI, graphical user interface. What is the main advantages? It's very simple to access. It's very simple to access this one. Okay. The second one is Azure CLI or Azure shell we have. Okay, even in this we can use PowerShell also. So the second method of provisioning the resources is, what is the second method of provisioning the resources?
Azure CLI.
Azure CLI. What is the advantage is, you no need to go to the GUI, need to set up all these. Initially, Azure portal looks simple, but going forward, we need to make it Azure PowerShell or Azure CLI, or from the cloud itself, we have Azure Cloud Shell. From this itself, what is the advantage is, when you are doing the bulk operations, it looks simple compared to
GUI.
GUI. That is the main advantage. The third method is, mostly developers can use this. Azure will expose their APIs or SDKs, and programmatically, the developers can access Azure resources. Means programmatically itself, like using the web services, the developers can use Azure also. The fourth one is, we can use IAC. IAC stands for Infrastructure as Code. Infrastructure as Code. Okay, for this, Azure having one solution called as ARM templates. ARM templates or ARM templates, that is meaning of Azure Resource Manager. So we have the Azure Resource Manager. So what is the IAC solution from Azure is ARM templates or ARM templates. Using these templates, we need to provision. So IAC is developer job role or admin job role?
It is
Say it again.
developer.
No, it's not a developer job role. It's today, it's pure admin kind of job role. Hence, definitely we required IAC kind of skills also. And we have like even Azure itself have providing biceps is also is there. This is also IAC kind of solution. And fifth one we have Terraform. Okay, so what is the difference between ARM templates and Terraform is? Terraform is developed by HashiCorp, whereas ARM templates is
Azure.
Azure internal one. And Terraform supports more than 100 providers. In that, Azure also is one provider. Okay, so why people are preferring Terraform over ARM templates is, even we can build hybrid and multi-cloud also. In our applications, we have multi-cloud and hybrid cloud also. We can't use ARM templates. Okay, so which service we can use?
Terraform.
We can use. So that is the main advantage of using Terraform also. So among these 5 methods, what would be the company expectation going forward? So going forward, how they're going to provision the infrastructure for us? So don't expect only to do the things from the GUI.
Okay.
Okay, so they are expecting to provision the resources mostly from the Terraform or ARM templates. What is the main advantage we are going to get by using the IAC is reusability. So what is the meaning of reusability? I want to provision 200 resources every day. I don't need to provision those resources every day. I don't need to provision. Okay, what we can do is, we can just run those scripts through the code itself automatically. That infrastructure can be provisioned. This will reduce lot of admin time. Okay, so that is the main advantage of using infrastructure as a code. So what is the main advantage we are getting? What is the major advantage we are getting by using the IAC?
That
Usability.
admin.
Reusability. Infrastructure as a code will give us reusability. So what is that meaning of reusability is?
multiple resource like for example, if we are using 200 machines and we have to change the resources every day, so automatically probably we can do that rather than going in GUI and like adding the resources one by one,
Yeah,
right?
perfect. So we no need to provision those resources manually. No need to provision.
Okay.
Okay, so automatically itself we can create the resources.
By using ARM templates.
Both we can use, but Terraform have some advantages.
Okay, okay.
So we have a hybrid kind of cloud. Okay, otherwise multi-cloud we have AWS, Azure, both we have. Okay, in that use case, better to go for
Terraform. Huh?
yeah Terraform compared to will I'll explain ARM templates also, but in this Terraform is the leader in this.
So,
Okay.
sir, my question is, like, if we will automate this, so what else we will do all day then?
We'll have not only provisioning is
That's
one
what
time,
we
right?
used to
No,
do.
provisioning is not every day, right? We need to have the monitoring, troubleshooting.
Sir, there is nothing money to monitor. Come on.
Yes, yes, everything now is even suppose with the service delivery kind of tools, this kind of support also is getting automated.
So, like, well, just like if you put a camera in a like chonk or like in a junction, after that there is
No,
no
no,
policeman
but
needed over
definitely,
there.
definitely support is required because we have the huge client base, right?
Okay.
We need,
Yeah,
we
like
need, we need.
I hate to say, but if we will put a like put up Terraform somewhere, I don't know. I would love to
I'll,
do
I'll
that,
tell, I'll tell
learn to do that, but
one,
definitely.
definitely automation is not only coming in the IT, in every area, automation is coming. So assume we have a JCP, what 100 people labor can do, JCP can do it or not?
What is JCB?
So
It's the earth
JCP,
moving, earth
like
mover.
in the like construction, like if I
Uh-huh.
have 100 manpower, whatever the work they can do, JCP
Okay.
kind of device can do it. That means
Yeah.
like labor will get more package or JCP driver will get more package.
Yeah.
So here that
Yeah.
skill is required or not?
Yeah. Yeah. Skill is required,
That
and
that's
of course, Terraform will like all the time. Like this automation will hiccup. Like somebody need to be there
so
to.
I'll tell one scenario. The complete data center setup, okay, can be provisioned with a single click using Terraform kind of ISC tool. Since
Mhm.
AWS, Azure are setting the data centers right, they have automated that complete setup also. Otherwise, say suppose in one region, if Amazon is constructing a data center, they need to take minimum 1,000 to 2,000 employees. They need to take, but why they are not taking that many number of employees? Because they have automated completely
Got
everything set up that with a
got it.
single click itself they can set up the complete infrastructure provisioning. So that kind of automation they have already achieved.
Got it. Okay.
I hope you got it right. These are the five
Yeah, yeah.
different
Like
methods we have.
I had some weird experiences with that. Like when I used to patch, for a major bank, so they had this Terraform thing, and I used to before I used to take 300 snapshots by myself in VMware, but after that. I used to just enter through the notepad. I used to just upload 300 names, and it used to take the snapshots of all 300 servers in 3 minutes, which
Yes,
used
yes.
to
Even
take,
because Terraform supports even VMware also as the provider.
yep, hmm,
Because Terraform supports more than 100 plus providers. In that
yep,
AWS is one, Azure is one, GCP is
hmm,
one. Not only those VMware, Citrix,
hmm,
MySQL, or Kubernetes, Docker level, like very powerful solution. Now, every
yep,
admin also required Terraform kind of job role is required, and definitely we required PowerShell, okay, and CLI kind of things also, and even we can use Python or .NET or Java, Node.js. So developers also can use those APIs and they can expose also. whatever the web services programmatically itself they will create. Okay, so programmatically itself they can create all these also. So these all the different ways we need to manage. Okay, if you want to leave one method, that is the third method, maybe we require good programming knowledge. But for Terraform, you no need of development experience. This is pure admin
This,
kind of job role
oh,
itself.
okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is not like now like if you understand DevOps means both development team and operation team both are working in the single team. Previously, we have the two separate teams we have.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Makes
now
sense.
like definitely we required say here one workaround like one option or like what we can keep is additional to these things if you learn Kubernetes and Docker even for the next 5 to 6 years you'll have the career on top of Azure if you learn even Kubernetes Docker also because anyhow we are learning Terraform so these all like will have very good future in the because multiple roles now the companies are expecting by single resource itself. Okay, so those who can do that capability they can survive, for others they're firing. Means I'm telling in the worst scenarios, the best cases even a Splunk kind of guy also can work. Means he just only will do the observability kind of thing. But today what is the expectation is the infrastructure guy itself need to do all these things also.
Got
Means
it.
in the multiple areas we need to expand ourselves and lot of tools are coming. We need to adopt the tools. Okay, so in the say, just again I'll tell car example. No driving institute will teach you all the car models driving right. So definitely we will learn one car driving and we will adopt others also. Maybe some adjustment alignments may be there. That's adaptable. In the
Got
same
it.
way, lot of tools are coming into the market. At the end of this course, what we need to learn is self-learning kind of capabilities also we need to learn. Otherwise, we will be in the training institutes itself, or we will be learning the courses itself. But we need to learn how to self-learn the courses also we require good knowledge. That kind of skills also we need to improve. Then automatically we can learn.
Got it.
Okay, so that's also we need to. I will be giving some assignments, and definitely we'll keep in the resume. I have interest to learn the new technologies, yield to new technologies that we shouldn't keep in the profile. Like we need to learn some things, and that we need to project ourselves. These are the things I have learned by own. Okay, my project doesn't demand it. I have learned these all. Like this, we need to
Got it.
project ourselves. Okay, so these
Got
all
it.
the things we need to do. Then very easily we can sustain even in the worst phases also. In the best phases we can get like a double the whatever the growth you can see the double in the worst cases like sustainability also is very important. Both we need to manage.
Got it.
Okay, sure. Any
Yeah.
doubts on this? So these all the five methods we have, but except the third method, remaining all we need to manage. Okay, so now coming to services, how many services we have in Azure? 200 plus services, and they have 60 plus global regions they have. Okay, what is advantage to the Microsoft is a like a very well established organization because it's already leader in the market. Okay, they have huge data centers all over the world. Before Azure starting itself, they have the global presence is there, and their offices have been established. Data centers also have been established, but most of those data centers they have migrated or upgraded to Azure regions itself, and they have 200 plus data centers also for 200 plus data centers also for the Azure purpose. Okay, even in Hyderabad also they have, and even Mumbai they have. Okay, so like this, Azure having huge data centers all over the world. Okay, so coming to AWS, they have around 35 plus regions. They have in this around 120 less than or around 120 kind of available zones. What is that available zones? All these we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay, so global number of regions wise, Azure is big, but data center sizes are AWS have huge. Okay, so Azure is the second position itself with the size or the footprint of the data centers. Okay,
Got it. So, sir, quick question.
yeah, please tell me.
Um, Completely off topic might be. Yesterday you said something. I will. Yeah. I should not interrupt the class. Okay. I will
Yeah,
talk at the end
after
of the
that,
class.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks. Okay, so then
Sorry.
we'll discuss what are the services here we are going to learn. Say I said Azure having 200 plus services. Say suppose you go to a mall, we have vast things in the mall, right? Okay, so you don't purchase everything, but why they will offer vast set of options for us? Because for those products also they may have the clients. Okay, if they offer only limited options, they don't get the success. They'll provide the vast set of options, maybe in the supermarket or hypermarket. What is the advantage is more number of people will come. In the same way, Azure is offering 200 plus services doesn't mean every company or every project will use those 200 plus services. And it's not only admin kind of guys. They have different IT jobs, right? Some of them may be like a database admins, or maybe some of them data engineers, some of them AI engineers, some of them machine learning engineers, for data warehousing kind of engineers. For the different background kind of people also, we have the relevant services from the cloud. Okay, so for which kind of positions we need to go for this is maybe architect kind of position or admin kind of position, for the security kind of position and AVD kind of things, or Azure AD. Okay, so these kind of job roles we can achieve, and little bit of like DevOps also, some IAC kind of things. So for that also we need to apply. Then very important, we need to take care SRE kind of job role also. The site reliability like observability, logging, backups, disaster recovery, SLAs, SLOs, all these also we need to manage from the Azure wise. Okay, so these all the things also we need to manage from Azure wise. We need to manage all these. Okay, so these kind of job roles we need to.
So we should go for SRE also, site reliability
Yes,
also.
SRE
Okay.
also is part of our job role itself. Okay, so SRE is also is part of our job role. Okay, so that's also we need to take care, even from the like another thing is maybe migrations wise also. So
Got
that
it.
all part of admin kind of job role itself. Okay, so mostly in the initial days, on-premises infrastructure, we need to migrate, and hybrid kind of solutions also we need to give, like on-premises infrastructure and how the Azure or we have multi-cloud kind of things. So that kind of connectors, all these also the scope is very high. Okay, so these all the different kind of positions, but these all part of SRE admin kind of job role itself. Okay, but some companies may call that as with the different positions. And finally, like our goal is we need to become an architect kind of thing or SME kind of thing in these areas. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so then we'll discuss what are the important services which suits for our background. because I'm from ML background, then ML services would be there. I'm from data science kind of background, data science kind of services, developer background, developer related services we have. But for the layman, like what are the services it suits, or we have the admin kind of background guys, what are the services are going to choose, and we should have the career also and future also for those services. So those things we'll discuss. So here the basic service from the compute is Azure Virtual Machines. So here the virtual servers we are getting. Say normally we need physical servers or hypervisors, but if you go to the Azure, we no need of any of the infrastructure. Okay, we don't need of single hardware. Okay, from the cloud we are going to get those servers. In the initial days, they have given only Windows, but now they're supporting Linux also. But which operating system is not supported is Mac, and Unix is not supported. So now here in the server class, what are the different OS we have is, so we have the Windows, we have Linux. Okay, so these two supported. Unix and Mac is not supported. In the Unix, we have Solaris or HP Unix or IBM having AX. Okay, Mac is also is not supported. But because what is the problem with the Unix is virtualization is not supported at Unix level. Okay, so that means Mac, Solaris, HP, Unix, uh, because we have the virtualization at Intel x86 or AMD level, we have the virtualization. Like these Solaris, all these are not supporting the virtualization. They have some solutions are there like Jones, Solaris Jones, L parts, H parts, but not that much powerful like Intel based x86 virtualization. And cloud is in the backend, it's they're using virtualization itself. Okay, so then like in order to use any of the cloud, okay, that means Azure we have, okay, backend in the data centers, they required a hypervisor. I'll tell one example. uh, Everyone are using maybe mobile, right? Mobile tower is required or not?
Yeah.
In order to use the mobile services, mobile tower is required or not?
Yes, yes, it is required.
Is required. But who is responsible for that mobile tower installation, configurations, troubleshooting? Okay, so who is responsible for that?
Service providers.
Service provider. Now, if you go to the cloud also, in order to use any of the cloud in the data centers, definitely we required hypervisors. What is this hypervisor also will discuss. But it's mandatory they require the hypervisor. But in the private cloud, okay, admins are that company is responsible for hypervisor setup all this. Okay, but in the public cloud, provider is responsible. Means you no need to worry about you no need to worry about
Uh,
you no need to worry about the hypervisors, that data center setup, hypervisors, storage, networking, that hardware, okay, that all everything is provider responsibility. As the name suggests, these all the services, you just use the service and you pay the money. Okay, so now VM is comes under IaaS or PaaS?
it is a pass only.
No, 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 no. Azure VM is a pure infrastructure related service. They're getting the hardware, all these, right? Without requiring any CPU, computing, all these resources. Okay, so VM is a pure compute kind of service or IaaS related service. In the
Oh,
past, we have some Azure services like app services we have, or AKS clusters for Kubernetes clusters. Like this, we have our Azure SQL kind of database services. Those all comes under PaaS-based services. But
oh,
Azure VM is providing you desktop class or server class? Which type of OS we are getting? Desktop class or the server class?
Whatever we require, we can get it
No, no.
from
It's
Azure.
mostly the server class itself
So
because
in
you
the
want.
no, sir, in the AVD part, users are
No, no. This is
utilizing.
Azure VM we are discussing.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it.
The Azure VM is providing
Server
virtual,
class.
yeah, high scalable virtual servers. Physically, we never get that kind of hardware. That much powerful hardware also we are getting from the back end. Okay, then I said right, hypervisor who is going to manage?
The service provider.
Service provider. Then if you go to the Azure, mostly in their back end, what is the hypervisor they're using is
Hyper-V.
Hyper-V. Okay, if you come to AWS, the backend they're using the hypervisor is ZenSource. Okay, so ZenSource is the hypervisor. It's an open source, but later Citrix has acquired and renamed to Gen Server, but still AWS using open source itself. Otherwise, they need to pay huge amount of licenses to Citrix. Then GCP we have, right? Google Cloud Platform is using KVM as their hypervisor, kernel virtual machine. Okay, so can you tell me? So what is the hypervisor used by Azure?
Hyper-V.
Hyper-V they're using in the backend. Okay, AWS is using GenSource. Now they have developed some more their own hypervisor also, Nitro kind of hypervisor also they're using, and the GCP using KVM. Okay, we don't have, say suppose if any problem, you don't go to that mobile tower and you don't repair it, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is abstracted for the end users. What is the meaning of abstraction? Like that's not in our scope. Even in the same way, we don't have the access to those hypervisors. Who is responsible for this? It's purely provider responsibility. Okay, so we don't have any access to those servers. We
Servers.
don't have any access to those servers. Okay. So now here, what is the first service? Azure Virtual Machines. So Azure Virtual Machines will provide high available, high scalable virtual servers we are getting from Azure Cloud. And what are the operating systems it supported is Windows servers or Linux. In Windows, they're giving even desktop also, but that is like not AVD kind of service, but mostly we are choosing for server class in order to deploy your web servers, application servers, database servers. Okay, if you want a traditional infrastructure as a service, then Azure VM is the best solution. Okay, so service, what is the relevant service from the AWS for this is EC2. Okay, so what is the relevant services? EC2 from AWS. Okay, Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, so now here, Azure Functions is mostly developers users, but it's a serverless. What is this serverless? Also, I will explain. So suppose now we are going to a world, we no need of technically the servers itself. The cloud is offering us serverless kind of features also. That means like no need of admins also, maybe if the serverless is success. So we have AWS having Lambda, Azure having functions. That means without requiring any single server also, we can deploy our application code directly in the functions itself or Lambda itself we can run. Okay, based on the execution, how many executions executed, or based on the code, we need to pay the money. Okay, so Kubernetes also is one of the Kubernetes service also we have. Azure App Service. This is also is a platform as a service to host the web-based applications. So PaaS is simple or IaaS is simple. Okay, IaaS On top of that, we need to set up the platforms, all those we need to set up. But if I use the PaaS, it's inbuilt with the platforms also is available. What is the meaning of platform is maybe environments for Java applications, .NET based applications, or we have Node.js kind of applications, those web servers, application servers, database servers, all those we are
So,
embedded with the PaaS. Okay,
so
yeah,
what I am understanding over here that in the, for example, to run any application, in case we use PaaS, we
yeah.
will not need to set up the standalone
No need
or
to set
like
up, no
cluster
need to set
servers.
up.
We just use the code or like just launch the
Yeah, yeah.
application
So
and be done
I'll
with it.
tell one example. I hope you know how to attach a attachment in the email, right?
Yes.
You attach the code to the pass-based service, everything
Wow.
they will automate
Okay.
it. But previously, traditionally, we used to take 10 to 15 days to set up all these infrastructures. From scratch, we need to set up everything.
Sir, can you speak Hindi?
A little bit I can.
ये तो सारा नौकरी खा जाएंगे हमारी.
I can't manage.
So
Okay.
no, like I mean they will what we will do then.
Yeah, yeah. Because these are still in the initial stages. Uh, Only 10%, 15% we are like adapting all this. Okay. So
It,
now here
okay.
admins are facing very tough challenge from the serverless and pass-based services.
तो
Okay.
मेरे साथ ये हुआ था. It happened with me. We were having the shared like services like a share folder or like share like the shared drives, and they wanted like I was upgrading the server from 2016 to 2019 or 2022, and somebody said that why don't we use just the serverless solution and just use the storage for that,
Yes,
like
yes. Because
without.
we can use Azure Blob storage for the file
Yeah.
shares we can
Uh,
use.
and I said that no, 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 that is not. Number one, I did not know how to do that. Number two,
No, no,
I said,
because
okay.
locally managing the file servers also, say suppose all these days we
Hmm.
paid huge amount of Windows Server licenses to the Microsoft. We
Yep.
paid huge amount of that.
But like for example, if we just got a server in $3,000 or $4,000, which is like I think so a good server, or 700 $7,000.
No, no. What
Let's
about
take it
that
in this way.
hardware cost and admin
No,
cost?
no, I'm talking about the hardware, full hardware server. I'm not even
Admin,
saying that.
admin, admin cost is
Okay, that
we
is.
require a lot of admins, right, to manage all this.
Yeah, yeah,
But here, one guy with the Azure capabilities and automation capabilities is almost equal to 10 admins.
yeah. Okay,
So
yeah,
the
yeah. That
overall
is.
cost is going to reduce or not?
Yeah, that will
So
reduce, of course.
today we are ready for traditional kind of services. No one ready to use those services with us.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah,
definitely we
I
need
agree.
to go for automation.
Yeah. Okay.
So that kind of automation, if you learn, then only we can survive in the market. I'm not against towards the manual kind of administration. I'm very strong in that area, but it doesn't work out today.
But yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So definitely we need to enhance ourselves. Then
Mm-hmm.
only we will get the success.
Yep.
So suppose everyone are asking me, you already enhanced to the latest technologies, but that back-end efforts no one will see.
Yeah.
At least now we need to start that steps.
Yep.
Definitely the return will come, no doubt about that. I'm not going with the legacy kind of admin work. I'm not insisting to you.
Mm-hmm.
We're adding new advanced automation kind of techniques we are going to adopt. That definitely will
Mm-hmm.
give you the success.
Got it. Mm-hmm. All right. Yep.
Okay,
Makes sense.
sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then here we have the app services, platform as a service. This is also very simple. I just like I said, right? You just need to upload the code, everything. But one challenge here is, uh, it's a uh, uh, black box kind of thing. That means what's happening inside, we don't get any transparency. Where we will face the challenge is the troubleshooting is very tough. If something goes wrong, the troubleshooting is little challenging. So always the disadvantage with very high-end automation is If something goes wrong, where it went wrong, okay, identification is little challenge. If you are doing step by step, at least you can identify the point where we struck. But in this kind of complete end-to-end automation, what is the problem we are facing is, if something goes wrong, where it went wrong is little bit tough to identify because it's completely not visible to you. And that automation also you have not developed. Who developed that automation? Azure itself has provided that automation for us. Because if you write that automation script, usually you can understand or you can guess, maybe at this point we have the challenge. Okay. In order to provide this, Azure is offering very good application insights, and we need to monitor from the Azure, and we need to check the logs also. From that, we need to troubleshoot. So definitely, we are getting a lot of automation, but still, we require some manpower is required. But that skills we need to adopt. We should have very good observability skills. We should have very good monitoring skills. We should have very good like a troubleshooting kind of skills we need to adopt. Okay, so then we are going to get the success. Okay, so then storage wise, we already have the blob storage. So blob storage is very simple, maybe you have a Google Drive, OneDrive, or we have iCloud. Okay, so similar kind of service. We are using the storage from the Azure, and from anywhere in the world we can access. It's an object level storage. You can keep all your media kind of content, logs, backups, archive kind of data. Okay, unstructured data also we can keep in the blob storage. And we have disk storage. It's just like SAN or normal hard disk kind of thing. Okay, for the VMs also, normally we're using disk. Then data lake for the big analytics kind of team, for data warehousing team, we'll use the data lake storage. Okay, even we have the file shares also. Traditionally, we don't need to use NFS servers or Windows file servers. Okay, so we can get it from the file shares itself. All the Windows servers, we have the relevant services available in whatever a Windows server technically can do. We have the relevant services in the Azure itself. And we no need to pay that $3,000, $5,000, or we don't have only one Windows server. We may have 10 to 100 Windows servers. We are paying huge amount of licensing cost. I'm not included hardware cost, operational expenses, admin prices, all these I have not included. So with this itself, very easily we can get huge services from the Azure. And if I don't use it, I no need to pay the money also. But if I purchase the Windows licenses and the hardware, whether I use it or I didn't use it, I have already paid the money upfront itself. Okay, so there are a lot of reasons why the enterprises are running behind this cloud. Okay, all storage admin, server admin, database admin, network teams are going to face very tough times if they don't upgrade to the cloud. Okay, and for those background guys, these services are very simple to learn. Okay, and database wise also, previously Oracle database admin or SQL server admin, we have huge respect also in the projects because they have some dependency. Because without database, they can't run anything. That's the reason. Definitely that guy need to provide the fixes, solution. Okay, so now that part also have been automated by the cloud itself. Okay, all DBAs also are facing very tough challenges because these services like Azure SQL, or we have Cosmos DB. Okay, so then we have a MySQL, Postgre. All these are available from the cloud itself. We are going to manage. And networking wise, like what a 20 years of network engineer, like maybe CCNA or whatever the networking guy can do, now with 1 to 2 years, like with the Azure or AWS, we can set up the similar kind of network. That much powerful network services are available in cloud. on-premises that we need to invest minimum 5 to 10 crores to set up that much bigger networks. But in the cloud, we're getting at very cheaper price. Okay, so networking wise, very powerful networks are available compared to on-premises. On-premises networking cost is huge, like overhead for us. Okay, because we need to set up the complete networking, and after 2 years, 3 years, lot of issues would be coming. Okay, at the end point, you just need to have a Wi-Fi connectivity to your devices. You no need of a single physical networking also is not required from the endpoint wise. But in the Azure data centers, they will have very powerful networking, and that services are offered from VNet wise. And even with the hybrid kind of cloud also to set up, we require good expertise on the VNet part. VNet part, we require good expertise is required. Okay, then we have CDN. What is the concept of the CDN is, everyone are using maybe Netflix or Amazon Prime. That content is rendered very fastly for us. If you observe the backend technology is, it's a CDN. Okay, what CDN will do is, say if Netflix uploaded one movie in US data center, that movie would be cached to all the AWS or Azure edge locations. Okay, suppose I'm from Bangalore. In Bangalore edge location, that movie would be cached, and if the Bangalore users uses that Netflix, that movie is rendering from the edge location or from main data center.
From the edge location only we get
From the
it.
edge location, it's going to be rendered. What is the main advantage we are getting is the user experience is very good. The second advantage is we are not using like a WAN traffic, because I want to connect to my US Netflix server means we'll have a lot of WAN traffic is required, lot of load on the WAN, lot of load on my data center also. But all that can be reduced. Your web base, I said the example is only Netflix, but for any of your websites, like maybe that style sheets, images, media, all that can be rendered very fastly by using CDN. User experience with the CDN is very good. Okay. So, Azure is providing more than 150 plus edge locations also they're offering. All over the globe, they're keeping those edge locations. Okay, and in the load balancers, we have Azure Load Balancer, Application Gateway, Traffic Manager, and we have Front Door. We'll discuss that also. Then Express Route. Most of the telecom providers we have, like maybe BSNL, Airtel, or Jio. So these all providing a dedicated setup from our data center to Azure data centers. Okay, it's a dedicated line. It's not a normal traditional public internet. Okay, so what is the advantages? We are getting more security also. I have a data center in my Hyderabad, and I have one Azure data center. Between those two, they're setting up a dedicated kind of line also, but they will charge more amount. But we are getting a private connection between on-premises to Azure data centers. So most of the providers are offering this, and our organization can choose one provider, and using that we need to set up express route also. We don't use internet for this purpose. Security wise also better to have a express route. Okay. Then security wise, so initially itself we need to have very good knowledge on Azure AD. Now Azure AD itself is called as Entra ID it's called. We require very good knowledge on the Azure AD. Okay, so first network, storage, computing, then monitoring. Okay, so infrastructure related services if you know, then we can go for Azure AVD services also. Then some task-based services, all this provisioning from portal or CLI, Terraform. Like this, we will learn. Okay. So we'll explain even more services. What are the services, different services we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay. Sure. Any doubts on this?
Sir, one Naresh from One Query, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So, as a server virtualization from the Azure end, there is a Hyper-V is there.
Yes.
O- Okay, okay. What about networking side, sir? What are the things are there in the back end in the
No,
data
no,
center, Azure?
backend, they have VNet is a service, right?
Yeah, VNet is there
But
inside.
hardware level, all that they will take care. The switches, routers, all those VPNs. So
So,
suppose here it's not only the virtualization layer.
okay,
Virtualization itself is not the cloud. On top of that, Azure will provide lot of like say suppose on top of virtualization, one more layer has been added, that is Azure services. So that means they're offering the VNet kind of service. So with this, we are going to create our own virtual networks. We are creating, but the backend that uses again the hypervisor networks itself. It uses. Like normally we have the vSwitch, these all itself they're going to use in the back end. But
so
you
in
no
the
need to provision.
sorry example, I have tell one example. So in the VMware vCenter level, we have a vSwitch and a distributed switch.
Yes,
But
yes,
but vSwitch and distributed switch both are connected to as a physical connections like VLANs.
yes, yes.
But
Not
VLAN.
VLANs that they'll have the switcher
No, no, no,
access
sir.
this
So
kind of switches we have.
from the where we are getting the VLANs from the physical switches. From the
Yes,
access switches, we are getting the VLANs. From the VLANs, we have to access the V switch. From the V
yes,
switch, we
yes.
are getting the distributed switch. So in that kind of way, so from the Azure side, what is the backend? I am asking. That
Backend they will
you
have all these physical switches, routers,
okay, okay,
VPN, all they have. But
firewalls and everything.
yes, yes, everything. But they're virtualizing at that level also.
Okay, okay,
So that's on top of that. That is the reason they have developed their own wrapper. That's we are calling as VNet service.
okay, okay,
You no need to touch them automatically. Manually, you don't touch them.
okay, okay.
You'll
Like
manage.
subnetting also, it will
Yes,
gives
yes, it subnets
automatically.
all those VNet. Will discuss.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure. Any other doubts? Any doubts on this? Okay, so tomorrow we'll start with we'll discuss remaining services also. Then we'll start with the Azure AD first. I'll start. So VM is very easy.
Quick thing,
Yeah,
quick thing, sir.
yeah,
Like I actually had Office 365 Admin Center. So
yeah. Okay.
I don't see that on I should be able to see the AD services over there, right?
Yes, yes. Because
Not.
Azure AD or Entra ID, we can integrate with O365.
Oh, so we will need to
Yes, yes,
integrate that.
yes, yes.
Otherwise, it will not be there. Okay,
It
okay.
will with on-premises also with the AD we can connect, but now we are moving to cloud completely.
Okay,
Additionally, we
okay.
can integrate with our own local AD. We can integrate.
Can I share my screen for a moment? Just a quick,
Sure.
like 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You will have to unshare your screen. Oh, no, no, sorry. I think so. I can share my screen. Okay. So this is admin center, but I it is completely. I
One
actually
second,
set
I'm
it up
not
on
able
my.
to.
Oh, you still
Not.
cannot
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is Office. Like we need to integrate that user. Say suppose we can't create here users and groups manually, right?
We can do that.
But that's thousands of people doing that's not recommended.
Okay.
So that's need to be integrated with the like with our enterprise LDAP or with
Okay, okay, okay. So
because
we will
manually
have to.
here creating is not a best practice.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I understand that. Like so. need to get the Azure
Yes,
account,
yes.
and from the Azure
On that
account, whatever will be the
we need to
AD over there
integrate.
will. Okay, 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 okay. No, I don't have the Azure account then. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's already that enterprise may be integrated either with the local AD users or with the
Hmm.
Azure AD users. It need to be integrated.
Got it. No, actually, I have this private domain, and in private domain, I got this admin center, and from and I got the license for that for multiple users. And
Yeah,
after
but
that,
that is only
that was at.
dedicated for the small environment. This is fine,
Mhm.
but large
Got it.
scale enterprises it doesn't work out like this. Maybe
Yeah,
you have
I added
100
some users.
employees.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 employees less than that. This is the method.
Hmm.
But in
Got it.
large scale, we'll have some thousands of employees up there.
Yeah, they will automatically
Yes, that's
replicate over here.
manually is a lot of overhead.
Got it. Got it. All right. All right,
Okay,
sir. Thank you.
so
Yep. Thank you.
thanks. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll discuss about Azure VMs or Azure AD. Remaining
Mhm.
services also will start parallel.
Got it. All
Okay,
right, sir.
sure.
Thank you.